is Yanti, and I'm from 3B1. I will record the test 2, listening section 4. Hello everyone, you've all been given an assignment for your sociology course, which will involve giving a presentation to the rest of the group. And so today, I am going to be giving you a few tips on how to prepare your presentation. This should help you with your current assignment, but a lot of the principle I will be putting across will the general principle, which will of course help you with all your future presentation. So first of all, the most important thing to consider is your audience, and in this instance, your audience are the other students in your group. There are 3 points to be in mind. Firstly, you need to ask yourself what they need to know. Secondly, it's useful to consider whether they will be supportive or not. And thirdly, will it be a small group, say 3 or 4, a moderate gathering of 20 or so people. As for your current assignment, or will there be hundreds of people? Having said all that, what I'm about to tell you will apply equally to any audience. So how do you structure your presentation? Right at the beginning, you should tell them something that forces them to pay attention. And then the main part of the presentation will follow. This main part will with the detailed information you will be presenting, and could include facts, statistics, personal experience. After this, you should summarize what you have presented and close with what I call next steps. For the assignment, you could simply point the group to other sociology reference material. In other case, you may want to suggest some action that people can take. And so move on now to presenting. You have your presentation prepared and you are ready to start. Well, it's important to give a good impression from the start. So take 3 deep breaths. Look at the audience, no matter how frightening they may be, and be enthusiastic and energetic as you go through the presentation. Remember to provide some variety in the way you speak. So, for example, you can talk fairly rapidly for information they may be familiar, but then slow down for more unfamiliar section. And change your tone as you speak. Don't keep it at the same level all the way through. As I mentioned, look at your audience. A good tip is to pick people out and look at them for around 5 seconds. Not looking at the audience gives the impression that you are either not interested in them or terrified of them. Looking too long at one particular person may make them feel rather uncomfortable. There may be points in your presentation that you want your audience to really absorb, and in order to make important points stand out, you may consider adding silence right after this. It will give people time to reflect on what you have just said. Also, you may be presenting complicated ideas or technical details, but try to keep everything as simple as possible. Use simple words and a few as possible, and be clear. If you say something like "this appears to be," it implies uncertainty, so using weak verbs such as appears, seems, could be, needs to be avoided. I will just finish off with a few thoughts on question and interruption from the audience. You may choose to invite questions from the audience as you go or ask them to wait until the end. Either way, questions should be encouraged as it provides you with some feedback on how interested the audience is and how well they are understanding you. When a question is asked, you need to provide an answer that is as accurate as possible. So initially, my tips is to repeat it. This will ensure you have heard it correctly and will give you a few seconds to gather your thoughts. Interruption, on the other hand, can be unwelcome and you may get them for a variety of reasons. It's likely, however, that there's something in your presentation that's unclear or confusing. So my advice is to reduce problems by reading through your presentation beforehand and predicting potential points which could cause interruption. You may then want to change that part of your presentation, or at least you will be prepared if someone does interrupt you. Now, do you have any question? Thank you.